was almost identical. Sandpoint, McCall Airport, the Columbia Gorge Regional Airport at the Dalles, Devil's Lake in North Dakota, Dickinson, North Dakota, Jamestown, North Dakota, and Marshall in Minnesota. The things that I will share for you out of the report is some interesting economic charts that we created based on history of time to see how Colville fits economically. Because one of the decisions that is, well, it's not a driver, but it certainly fits within understanding where this region is and where this community is when you look at the economic impacts of something like an airport being built. What's happened in the community, where does it stand, and where does it seem to be going? So we included a number of index charts, and I think you'll find it interesting. Colville, for instance, fairly low population itself. I have to tell you that the report that we're presenting to the City Council does not focus on Colville, it focuses on Stevens County. Colville itself is too small an area to actually be able to gather demographic and or economic information from. Part of the zip code for the city of Colville lies outside of the city limits, and it is under 6,000 in total population. So we went ahead and chose the nearest regional primary area, which is Stevens County, as our primary focus, with the Tri-County area as our secondary focus. Adjusted inflation per capita. Unfortunately, due to the projector, some of these colors are not very good, so it's very hard to determine. Colville happens to be the bottom line there when we get to 2009. Next. And per capita income compared to all non-metro counties in the state. It's unfair to look at Colville or Stevens County in comparison to King County. So we looked at all of the regional airports or communities that are supported by regional airports in terms of comparable income with non-metro counties. Colville is second from the bottom in this particular chart. Jobs per capita. By the way, what you see on the left, these are indexes. An index of 1 is like 1.00, it's perfect. The closer you get to like 0.3, it means that that index is very, very low. Colville happens to barely break 0.40 across the trend from 1969 to 2009, 20 years. Jobs per capita, again, Colville way under indexes. Next. Inflation-adjusted earnings per job. Colville's not doing too badly here. Up above $30,000 average until the last 2 years. but relationship to the other communities, that looks good. Unemployment rate. All this sits right at the top, almost entirely across the board. The dotted green line that spikes way up at the top, McCall, Idaho. And McCall is doing very well until the bottom dropped out of the economy. People stopped looking at that area to buy recreational homes. Development stopped there, and people who moved into the area were being supported by that kind of growth certainly have taken a tremendous hit since 2007. One of the things that we look at when we try to understand the community is something called retail leakage. And leakage is really a barometer of the health of the community, because when businesses, for instance, look at a community to try to understand why or who they're bringing in, what they're doing, what is going to support their people, you take a look at what's there and look at the retail opportunities. One of the things that you note is that there's on average about 36% of all of the retail dollars out of this community goes someplace else. That's a big number. The more dollars that you can keep into this community by active business, the better. I was surprised that Sandpoint was as high as it is.
Revenue is good.
And the professional service jobs per capita. Now, the sources that we used for our study include the FAA, interviews with airport managers, of course, all of the states except for Minnesota, who do not have any type of authority or departments like the other states do, having to do with their aviation industry. Used numbers of types of demographic and economic data. People who are unfamiliar with Nielsen Claritas is probably the premier vendor of data, both economic as well as shopper data, scanner data. They collect everything, and they're all tied through Nielsen, which owns Claritas, and it's highly, highly, highly accurate. And I'm going to stop there because I don't want to give an indication as to what else the report talks about. But I did want you to know that the process is complete, and what we did to get it to that place.
Thank you, Grant. Look forward to hearing the full report, and at this point we'll kind of give you the commercial message. As I understand it, Grant will be doing a full presentation of the economic impact study at the not tomorrow night at the council meeting, but at the council meeting 2 weeks following. Like Nancy, Lou, does that sound right? Okay, that's the way I understand it. And so if you want the details, if you want the rest of the story, if you want to know the full description, then be sure to attend that council meeting. And we're going to bring everybody up for questions and answers, but I just want to caution everyone, don't ask him for the conclusion to the report, because that's not available at this point. That comes later. So if you want that, go to the council meeting in 2 weeks. So we've got...
Is the sign-up sheet laying up? Sophia, is the sign-up sheet on a blue clipboard laying up there somewhere? Could you pass it behind you? It's already pretty much been up there this side. Could we pass it over here, John?
Yeah. Okay, sign-up sheet is being passed along.
Thank you.
If you like what you heard today, if you like information, if you want to know more, if you want to be included in further updates, invitations to future meetings, etc., sign up on the clipboard. Put your information so that we can keep in touch with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just a quick break here. We're going to set some chairs up on the stage, bring our speakers back up, and get ready for some Q&A. So if you need to take a break, this is a good time.
John, one